Alright, so this is kind of going to be my intro video to Dokkan. It's basically going to show my account, everything about that. I felt like that would be like a good starting point to show y'all what I have and what I'll be going through. I'll probably tell some stories about some of the units in here, because some units in here have caused me much pain and wallet holes, but yeah, well, I guess we can click the data button just to show that first, just to see. So I'm a little bit under 1,000,000 power level. I feel like 1,000,000 is like around the point where you play the game a decent amount, but you're not like too whaled out, I would say, on the game. You gotta have the GOAT himself as my leader. We don't talk about the new Ultimate Gohan that just came out. That one's it just doesn't exist. I don't know what you're all talking about that one, but I have him link level 10, full additional. Still one of the best TURs in my opinion. I know a lot of people have some type of stigma against this guy, but I personally feel like he's still one of the best, and he's still very usable. Can be a little hard to use him, but he is definitely better than most options nowadays. So we have, I low-key kind of forgot what the numbers are. So I have 723 link level 10s, 289, I think that's rainbow? No, I think the 656 is rainbows, and then the 160 is like stages. I'm not really sure. You guys can correct me about that if I am or not, but that is my data. Let's see, what's my most used character? I actually don't know this. So let's find out together, shall we? I don't know why I had it set that way. My most used character is Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, apparently. Interesting. I did not know that. I definitely would have thought it would be some form of Goku, which, I mean, there is 3 Gokus here in like the top 10, but I feel like, I think the reason why Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is my most used character is because back when I first started this account, this Vegeta, he was one of my favorite characters back at the time, so I basically used him on like any team, because that was like my favorite moment from the Tournament of Powers, Evolution Blue Vegeta. So when he came out and I had a chance to pull him, I went crazy. So anyways, let's actually get to the part of the video that we were supposed to do, is showing off my box. So I will say that I am probably a whale. I'm not like too much of a whale, I don't think. I've seen accounts way better than mine, and they sometimes don't call themselves whales, so I'm just like, I don't really understand. I guess you could say I'm a dolphin, or like I'm a mini whale, something along those lines. So let's see, what are some stories about some units that I have here? So I have a lot of the LRs, like rainbowed and stuff. Some LRs that I wish I had rainbowed, and I just never really got the chance to pull is one that comes to mind that I was trying to pull but I never got the chance was the new Tech Goku, the one from the Cooler movie that came out recently in the worldwide download celebration. I must have dumped like almost 1,000 into that banner. Did not get him at all. But one horror story is this guy right here. When these guys came out, I probably spent, I also don't even know how much I spent, but I spent a lot, and I did not get a single copy. And then I think when they were featured on either the 7-year or the 6-year, one of those banners that they were featured on, I wasn't even caring for them at that point, because I think by that point they were like okay. They weren't like as good as they were when they came out, but they were okay. So it's like, I didn't really care for them, but I just kept pulling them. Like, I think I have a copy of their, like, SSR. No, I don't. Oh, I know what unit I have a fucking copy of their SSR. These fucking guys. Matter of fact, let's see, where is this SSR? Super Int. I want to say I have dupes in these guys. Okay, no, I don't have dupes. I think I have one dupe. Yeah, I just haven't. My box is kind of messy. I'm sorry if this triggers some type of reaction, but my box is a little messy. I'm gonna start this guy with 2 dupes, actually. I didn't know that, but yeah, that's one of the units that gave me a lot of trouble when I first tried to get them. It was kind of depressing, like spending as much as I did, and then end up not pulling them, and then everyone was using them, and then the God event came out during the 6th anniversary, and like every guide was like, oh yeah, just use Vegito, win. I'm just like, well, I don't have them, so I'm just like, I was crying on the inside. Now, one unit, I will say that he is definitely one of the most fun units in the game, and I got lucky enough to pull multiple copies of, is Cooler. This guy, when he goes, everything goes with him. Nothing remains. So I managed to actually pull him with 2 dupes, because I'm not gonna lie, when the part 2 came out, and I saw the kit for the Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta and the other Cooler. Oh, a little battery mode. Probably should charge my phone after this, but when I saw the info for them, I wasn't really that interested, and I was already kind of wanting to summon more for Cooler, so I went ahead and just dumped all my stones during the worldwide for dupes of this guy, and I managed to get lucky enough to get 2 dupes, and with the help of the event that came out, the one that gave movie bosses equipment, normally you would not be able to put crits on this guy in the silver slot, because he's SDR, because SDR already gets 5 crit in the potential system. So usually you can't put crit in this slot, but since they gave us that event for movie bosses, I was able to get, I can actually put a level 5 crit in that slot, and then I put another level 5 crit in there, and then since I prioritized nothing but crit in his potential system, he has a 60% chance to crit now on any attack. And considering this guy, at least for me, he very often quadruple supers, and when every single one of those supers crits, it's like insane damage. He was one of the units I prioritized at Link level 10, because these Links give so much damage when they're maxed out, and it's just like, yeah, he's just fun. I wish I could use him a bit more, but unfortunately I am lacking some of the other top tier options on his team. So a lot of times when I am using him, it's just him carrying, and everything else around him is either just supporting him, or they're just trying not to die. And sometimes it's, I don't want to just keep losing, so I sometimes don't try to use his team, but when I do use his team is fun. Let's see, what other units on here do I have some stories about? Another unit that I had rather some difficulties with was, oh, I know who it was. This fucking guy. Super Saiyan 4 Goku. When this guy came out, I think I want to say I went like 1,200 until I pulled the first copy. But thankfully, the 4th year anniversary during the time, that was like one of the best celebrations in the game, and they were the most generous. So a lot of those stones were free to play. I didn't have to spend any money per se. I spent a little bit, but it was not as much as I spent nowadays or on some other units. It was just rather frustrating, to just constantly summon just nothing. And I know to some of you guys 1,000 something might not be a lot, like, I know there's some people that go like thousands, like multiple thousands without pulling a unit, and I can understand how frustrating that will be. I will probably lose my mind and start like raging if I were to go that much without pulling a unit. This unit, I love them so much. I only have them at 55%. I wish I had more dupes with them. They are just so good. I understand, like, oh, you have to have them in slot 1 or yada yada yada, but it's like, who cares? You know, they're fucking good. You know, that's your job. You throw them on the team, put them in slot 1. Like, who cares? Like, just, like, I feel like that's just what you do. If you're gonna put this unit on your team, you're putting them in mind with them being in slot 1. That's it. Like, you know, it's just how it is. Unit that I'm massively disappointed on is by these guys. These guys, like, I don't know what they were thinking with these guys. Like, this is just such a cool moment, and it's just wasted in my opinion. Just like there's no reason these guys should be as bad as they are. Like when you get them to this, you get the transformation off. Yeah, sure, they're pretty good in my opinion. Like, you know, they can definitely put in some work, but it's like, in order to get here, it's just abysmal. Like, it literally is just abysmal. Like, what is the condition? Isn't it like fucking... It's 10 attacks in 5 turns? I think it is. Oh, so it's 3 turns. Oh, no, they have to perform 3 super attacks, and then they also have to take 7 attacks. You see, my question is why wasn't this just like either or? Like, oh hey, you know, either they have to do 3 attacks first, or they have to take 7 attacks first. Whichever happens first, they transform. Like, because at least with that way, it's like, oh hey, that would, I feel like, incentivize people to like summon more, because if you get more dupes and you put more additional into them, you're increasing your odds of like triple super ring turn 1, and then on the 3rd turn you'll go ahead and just transform, and then boom, they're OP. I just don't understand why, because like it's just a lot of times the damage reduction that they only get for like 3 turns, like, I guess they were built in mind that they wanted you to transform them within those 3 turns, but it's like, they're not that tanky even with that damage reduction. So it's not like you can just throw them out there. And then 7 attacks is also just not something that you can just get easily. Like the only place I feel like where you can maybe get that somewhat easily is like the Metal Cooler core fight, because the Metal Cooler army like attacks a lot, so you can probably get them hit 7 times within 3 turns. But those guys themselves hit pretty hard as well, so it's not like these guys are gonna be tanking them perfectly fine. Like, they're gonna take some damage, and it's just not worth it. It's just simply not, especially at 55%. These guys are just not my favorite type of unit. I don't really know what else other than LRs that I have any stories of. UI Goku, one of my favorite units as well. 70% chance to dodge. He's definitely let me down sometimes in like crucial moments, but I don't hate him for it. Like, you know, just like, it's if he doesn't dodge like one time in a crucial moment, like, he's saved me in multiple other situations. Like, he is probably the reason that I did beat the God event, or all the stages of the God event when that came out, because I managed to get lucky and pull him quite a bit, so I have him to thank for that. Your EZA couldn't come any fucking sooner, because the only thing I hope for is that this has changed. This has to be changed. Like, I understand that. I don't think they've changed active skill conditions for transformations with any other unit, but this needs to be the first unit. It just it needs to be the only unit, because like there's just no way this is like applicable anymore. There's just not. Like, either you need to change this, or you need to make this guy right here cracked. because I don't want this guy to easy A, and he's like not that good per se. And it's like, oh hey, the actual good is the Super Saiyan 2, but it's like, good luck getting to him, because we didn't change the garbage transformation mechanic. Like it's just not it, Chief, just not it. Some units that I do have in my box, but I have not awakened yet, is a lot of these guys. So I actually do have TR Gohan Rainbow, because I just kept pulling him. These guys, I think I farmed up for Chain Battle at some point. I have this SSR Rainbow. Bully is just reversed, I think. Yeah, because I had to put Dukes in him. I guess we could reverse him back. I don't have to keep him reversed for now. So let's go ahead and just bada bing, bada boom. So reverse him. Also, this guy's ACS. I'm waiting for that, because I remember when I first started watching Dokkan, and this guy came out, and this was back when, like, bro, even like 1 million attack stats were impressive. And this guy was like popping out like 6 or 7. Like he was probably the only unit that could do that. Now keep in mind, when this guy came out, he didn't really have a lot of help. You had to build a team a specific way in order to guarantee or at least get his 18 key quite effectively without using items. So he still wasn't the best option per se, but it's just like the damage he did, like it was a spectacle at the time, because it's just like no other units in the game, I feel like, were putting out the same amount of damage that he was. Oh yeah, I'm still also getting the tutorial because I had to uninstall the game to update it. That's one of the struggles of being on iPhone, is I have to uninstall the game every time I want to update it. Or every time an update is out, because I can't just use like a Kua. Oh yeah, I did pull this Goku earlier from the new banners. So I guess I have a T-War SS4 now, Rainbow as well. I don't know. But yeah, Elders I haven't awakened yet. I haven't awakened Team Universe 7, Gohan and Krillin. This guy's on a sword, this guy's on a sword, this guy's on a sword. These two I need to awaken. I just haven't awakened a lot of these guys, because it's just like, they're kind of ass anyways. I just haven't bothered with them. Like, Super 17 I have 2 dupes in, but I haven't cared enough to awaken him yet, just because I just don't see him using him at all, as sad as it sounds. Alright, let's take out LRs now, because we already looked at them. So URs, so we're looking on EZAs. I have it listed by EZAs and then other units. So this is my top rainbowed EZAs. A lot of these guys are link level 10, except for some units. Like I know this guy's not link level 10, and then no hit is not link level 10, but basically everyone else on this row is by far the best one out of all of them. This cooler is amazing. I love him. Just goes hand in hand with the fucking LR cooler and just destroys everything. So go down the list. There's a lot of sub EZA units that I have not EZA'd, just because there's like Loki got out of hand for me. I have not kept up. There's a lot of units for me to like EZA, or some of them are even like free to play, just because like I personally don't like EZA areas that much. It just feels like way too grindy. Like normal EZAs are also just kind of grindy and annoying, but I feel like these like EZA areas are just way worse. So, we know this guy's getting his EZA soon. That's exciting, because this guy's, like, he's not good right now, but it's like he has an impressive kit already in place. So it's like, they can't really mess him up. Like, like, they can't make him bad. The worst they'll do is they'll just make him like, oh, your last option on the team. He just won't be like a first option. But they can very well make this guy like the first option you would pick on every team. Just because, like, this guy right here, before ECA, he has guaranteed crits and a 50% chance to dodge. Like, they give this guy a little bit more stats, and then, I don't know, maybe give him like a guaranteed additional that has like a 30 or maybe even a 50% chance to be an additional super. So then this guy has the possibility of triple super and triple critting with more stats, so he'll be doing like big boy damage. He'll have pretty good defense, and he has a 50% chance to dodge. And he greatly raises attack. So they would just add greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns. That's it. He's, like, I feel like that would just make him the best TUR by a mile. Because, like, this guy's transformation condition is only 5 turns. Like, it's not like the best, but at least it's just like, oh, just 5 turns. Like, no like, oh, 5 turns under this amount of health with this character on your team. Like, it's just, like, that's abysmal. This is, like, you know, doable. Especially in, like, the difficult events. Like, you can definitely go 5 turns at least. Like, that's 100% doable. I am missing a lot of leaders, especially from this year. I am. There's a lot of units that I just kind of skipped past this year just because I didn't find them cool. Like, Yamcha, like, was the most recent one. Like, he's not bad. He's definitely pretty good, but it's just, like, I don't know. Yamcha's just Yamcha, you know? Besides, like, there were also just some other units. Like, you'd have to have other units to be able to use his team quite effectively, and I just did not have the resources or the characters where if I were to pull him, I wouldn't be able to use him that well, so I just didn't care for him. One unit that I really wish I had that recently came out is this guy. This guy is... Oh, I wish I had him I wish I had him with dupes or even rainbow, like, because he's insane. Like, personally, I have this guy as probably the number 1 or number 2 TUR, just because he's that good. Like, Gamma 1 is good, don't get me wrong, but the thing is with Gamma 1 is that that's just him, you know? Like, no one around him. Like, I feel like Gamma 1, I could be wrong, I haven't really used him too much, but I feel like Gamma 1 is not a unit that you can just kind of slap on any team, you know? Like, Kid Goku, in my opinion, is a unit that, like, on any of these teams that he's on, you can just put him on there, and he'll be fine. Because he's just, like, he's that good, and he supports, he's the only character in the game that can give damage reduction in supporting, and then he can get himself damage reduction from rainbow orbs, and he makes rainbow orbs himself, so it's just like, you know, you don't need a partner or a specific named character or any like that for this guy to work. You just kind of put him there, and, like, he can just be a floater, or he can be a main unit rotation. I feel like with Gamma 1, now, keep in mind, Gamma 1 does share I'm pretty sure that they share every team, him and Gamma 2. So, a lot of times, when you're running this guy, you will most likely want to run Gamma 2 with him. So, you know, it makes sense in that scenario where Gamma 1 is the better TUR, because, like, no matter where you run this guy, you're going to have Gamma 2 with him, and those two together are unstoppable, just because, like, this guy has, like, Rainbow, like 600 something K defense with like 50% damage reduction. That is just beyond ridiculous. And you know, if you get that within the first 4 turns where he still has his guard, he's also guarding, so it's just like he's not taking damage from like the hardest hitting bosses in the game. And then Gamma 2 is in slot 2, popping out probably like 3, 4, 10 million attack stats while also having around 1 million defense. Like, Gamma 2 will still probably die for the most damaging bosses, but he will also just do a lot of damage back. So, and I do have Gamma 1. I really do like him. I just don't have Gamma 2. I am in the process of link leveling him. This link just won't go to level 9. Because if this link just goes to level 9, I was just going to finishing him out with the key event to get the last 2 links about to level 10. I'm rambling, I'm all over the place. As you can clearly tell, this is, it's my first video. I kind of just showing off my box and everything, just to, set a foundation of what I have and all that. And I feel like people like looking at other people's boxes and just, comparing it to theirs, or just pointing out what I don't have, or, you could also just judge me for oh, why do you have this guy with this much additional or this much crit? Cool. That's fine. But yeah, other than that, I'm not really, I'm not too big of a whale. I don't have every single Dokkan Fest TUR, I don't have every single LR. I just kind of have a good mix of a lot of stuff. And I have a lot of units Rainbow just because I've been playing the game for almost 4 years now. Actually, I think more than 4 years. I have 60, 70 days logged in. I'm 300 days away. I'm basically about a year away from the 2,000 day Goku. That's basically how far I am. Keep in mind, I did miss quite a few days. There was some weeks or days where I just didn't play Dokkan because it was kind of dead period at the time. So, but also Ginyu is awesome, even at 55%. I know some people say that they don't like him anymore. Still amazing. Don't care what anyone says. It's just a bunch of free-to-play units, or units that I have reversed, or some units that I don't even have awakened yet. Definitely need to get this box cleaned up a little bit more, and just work on units and awaken them, and then probably get rid of some of these SSRs and stuff, because these are not worthwhile. Anywho, finish out this video. We're gonna do a rotation on this Piccolo damage, because why not? Just for my first video, we'll just or actually, no, I'll do a separate video where I'll probably do 2 or so rotations on this Piccolo banner, just to see my luck. But yeah guys, that was kind of an overview of my account, how I have the units that I have and everything. I'll be trying to upload as many videos as I can about this game, because I do play this game quite a bit, so I'll try to upload as many videos. I hope you guys enjoy them. If you have any feedback for me or any ideas that you want me to do in the future, just make sure to leave a comment. Other than that, yeah. Oh wait, I forgot the most important thing. My Baba points. As you can see, I am not that big of a whale. I don't feel like 1,000,000 Baba points is that much of a whale. I've seen people with millions, so I feel 1,000,000 is not that big of a deal. Besides, not gonna lie to you, a lot of these Baba points came from me selling my awakening medals, because I always max out on these, and I end up having to come in here and sell quite a few of them, because then my box just gets filled up with them, and I have to do that to clear my box, because I hate, because usually for me, every time I see a number in my gift box, I think that either top grossing, or just there's something in there, stones or something. So it's just always annoying for me to see that, and I go click my box and it's just bubbles, or it's Gregory medals. It's just it's so annoying. I always have to do that to clear my box. I can't have my box like that all the time. And then New Beast Gohan came out, or I should say Ultimate Gohan came out. For some reason that was a smart choice for them to make an Ultimate Gohan that only has a active skill, and to be like that, it's just, I don't understand the thought process behind that, to be honest with everyone, but, you gotta make your money somehow, I guess. Piccolo's fine. I feel Piccolo, he's a good unit. and you can actually at least like somewhat play as this guy. You can at least somewhat play with him, like control him. Like he has, you know, 2 different attack animations, and yada yada yada. Gohan, it's literally just like, oh, you just transform, doesn't attack, and that's it. And it's like, it's not even like the attack is like a nuke, like, you know, like Pan, like Dokkan has Pan. You get enough super attacks with her before you do the active skill, and that active skill will nuke like DPS Broly. It's insane. But this Gohan, his active skill is like, it's gonna hit like a feather. Because like, there's no guaranteed crits. There's no like major increase in attack per se, because he doesn't stack attack or anything along those lines. Like, yeah, he does get a lot of attack from his passive, but he's still not gonna hit as hard as a unit that like stacked their attack for a few turns, or at least got guaranteed crits. Because like stacking attack, when you do that, it multiplies into the active skill. It's not the same thing as just having like a lot into your passive. So it's just like, it's just not gonna hit that hard, which is kind of sad, because like, you would think with Beast Gohan's special beam cannon, that's an attack that would destroy literally like at least most bosses in the game. Like, you know, that's what you would envision. But unfortunately, it is a fumble. It is one of the biggest fumble, but it's okay. Dokkan, you know, every great thing has to have a fumble every once in a while. It's just kind of sad that they fumbled with Beast Gohan of all things, but it's okay. I have hope for the future. That I just hope it's not like, it doesn't take too long for this to happen, but I have hope in the future that there will be like a standalone Beast LR Gohan, or at least like a TUR standalone Beast Gohan, and he's gonna have the sickest animations. He's gonna be absolutely broken. He's gonna destroy the game. It's just gonna be amazing. But yeah, I'll probably come back with a video probably tomorrow to do summons on these guys, and yeah, hopefully I get lucky. If I'm gonna try to pull the Piccolo, if we do pull the Piccolo and I still have some stones left, we'll dump him into this guy. But I'm just mainly gonna try to get the Piccolo. I don't really care about the Gohan and Pan. Pan is pretty nice too. So, alright, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow, or whenever I make the next summoning video. Hope y'all have a good day. Thank you for watching.